There we go. We're recording this mainly so that we capture Jason's talk at halftime. Where's Jason? I can't see him yet.
I'm here.
Where are you? Where are you?
Here. My video's off.
Ah, there you go.
Turning it on now.
There he is. There he is. So, so can I have a show of hands if this is your first time with us? Victoria, Abby, Nick, excellent. You're very, very welcome. And RK, you're very welcome, RK. If you haven't done, you might want to put your full name in your little video window so that we can track you down. So for the benefit of those who've joining us for the first time, this is fun, friendly, fast-paced, and fiendishly effective. I couldn't get any more F's into that sentence, however much I tried. What we'll be doing is sending you off in pairs at random to have a 5-minute chat. It's not a pitch fest, it's a chance just to say hello and to start the process of getting to know somebody, getting to like them, and hopefully start the process of trusting them so that we can all help each other out with referrals, introductions, etc. Anyone else trying to get in? There we go. So let's get cracking. I think what we'll do first is, and I'll have to limit you to 10 to 20 seconds only, please. Could you raise a virtual hand with the hand button if you're one of our full paying members? Because I'd like to do a quick hello. So first up, Richard. Thank you very much. Oh, it's a member fest today. That's fantastic. Great. Please do limit it to 10 seconds or 20 seconds because otherwise we'll be here until midnight. But Richard, would you like to say hello and introduce yourself? It was lovely to see you the other day, by the way. We had a lovely chat.
Indeed, it was fabulous, Mark. Thank you. I'm Richard Crossman, based in Canada between Toronto and Niagara Falls. And I am a voice actor working in a number of different genres with a number of different authentic accents and characters in my toolbox.
Very good. And he's the best Father Christmas you've ever seen as well. Did a special visit for us last year, and you're going to be doing one for my daughter this year. Virtual visits from Santa. Love it. Jason, we'll hear more from you later, but would you like to say hello very, very briefly?
Yeah, I'm talking later, so that's it. Hello.
Okay. Brilliant. Sarah, thanks for your advice earlier today and for joining us now. I've made a few decisions based on your very, very good advice.
Good. We had to cut it off, didn't we? But we'll catch up later.
Okay.
So good.
Say hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. I'm based in the Bahamas at the moment. I was a theatre producer in London, worked at the National Theatre. I moved into coaching about 2 years ago and decided to work remotely. I'm now setting up a tech startup to help small businesses launch and grow their visibility online. So that's my focus at the moment, is kind of moving into a tech startup world, which is brand new to me, but it's quite fun and exciting. There you go.
Working out really well. I'm on your beta, aren't I?
Yes.
So
I'm looking for more people. So anyone interested, we can have a chat about it.
Yeah, it's great. Sorry, would you like to say hello?
Hello. I'm Sari, and I'm based in just a suburb outside of Houston, Texas, in the United States, called Katy, with a K. And I'm a fine art photographer that has a very eclectic set of niches, and I focus on finding the extraordinary in the ordinary. And really glad to be here.
That's great. Thank you, Sari. Vicky, hello. Quick 10-second intro.
Hi everyone, Vicky, based in Staffordshire in the United Kingdom, and I'm a graphic designer, and I also coach other graphic designers.
Nice. Rati, good to see you.
Yes, thank you. I'm Rati Gorfine, and I'm based in Brooklyn, New York. My company is Creative Calling Coaching LLC, and I help creative professionals like artists, filmmakers, etc., who feel pulled in 50 directions focus so that they can grab the focus of others, get seen, and make money doing what they love. And my first book was just published called The 5 Emotions That Stop Success. I'm very excited.
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us. Mackenzie, you're very welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mackenzie Oots. I am emerging into the arts and administration scene as a music educator. I'm very excited. I just recently received my master's from the University of Denver, so I'm open to work. I'm very excited to connect with you all, and this is my first seminar or speed networking event.
Great. You're very welcome. Andrew, you're not in the loft anymore.
No, I've upgraded to a unit, but it's still surrounded by equipment. Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew. I'm a technical producer. I run a little technical company which supports art gallery installation, live streaming, and events in the creative sectors. Hello.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Robin, hi, Maestro Online.
Hi, great to see you again, Mark. So Robin runs the Maestro Online, which is a digital music course platform with gamification now, with certificates, targets, quizzes. You can see your progress and all that kind of thing, and lots of celebrity masterclasses, piano, singing, organ, ear training, people who perform with people like Madonna and the Jacksons, things like that. Great to be here. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you. Alan, hello again.
Hello, all. Alan Harrison here, author, evidently a bomb-throwing provocateur, and a commenter on all things arts and charity. So glad to be here and glad to see you all.
That's brilliant. Yes, we had a chat earlier in the week. I love the idea that you're a bomb-throwing provocateur. That's fantastic. Farah, hi. I hope you'll be pleased to see I have your work behind me.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for putting Javier behind you. Appreciate that. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Farah Syed, an artist educator and color energy specialist based in London. And it's really nice to meet you all.
Great, thank you. Now, who else? Keonis, you're a full member. You need to say hello.
Good morning. My name is Keonis. I'm out of St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a fine arts painter. And I'm constantly exploring new ways of presenting myself as an artist. And I'm mainly interested in African American historical themes. I included my website because it says more about me.
Excellent. For those who've joined us, we're checking in the chat room with contact details and LinkedIn addresses and things. So do please make sure you've got some information in there so that we can track you down. If there's somebody you'd like to meet who you don't meet in a breakout room, please use the chat to signal that you'd like a follow-up. So meeting in capitals followed by the person's name, and then we can all find out who wants to see who. Rob, would you like to say hello? You can have an extra 5 seconds as you're a member of our advisory board.
Thanks, Mark. How are you doing? Hello, everyone. I'm Rob. I've just stuck a thing in the chat there. I, for many years, most recently was marketing director at Birmingham Hippodrome, one of the big regional theatres in the UK. And I've had experience in orchestras and art centres, etc. And I now run a small consulting group working with festivals and education and arts. And happy to meet you all. Hi.
Great. Thanks, Rob. Nadia, would you like to say hello?
Well, hi, everybody. I'm a marketing, planning and strategy specialist. That's what I've done most of my career. And I'm looking to transfer more into communications and PR, if I can, into more artistic. So doing more what I love and away from technology, but probably combining the two.
Brilliant.
Thank
you. Patrick, can you hear us? Would you like to say hello briefly? Great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm Patrick Duncan. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a poet and spoken word artist. And I'm currently trying to start back the production of my poetry television show called Wordplay.
Great. Thank you, Patrick. Have I missed anyone? We'll have a chance to say hello for everybody a bit later, but have I missed anybody? Right, excellent. Great. So we're going to launch into our first breakout rooms. Hi, Nick. Sorry, I want to hear more about what's going on. Nick, do you want to say a quick hello? Is that
I'd be delighted. Thank you, Mark. Was it me?
Yes, go.
So yeah, I'm fresh from the Grand Prix in Silverstone. I run a non-profit to promote creativity in schools, and I'm trying to raise funds to put 20 people like me on the road, just going into schools fully funded. And I was delighted the McLaren F1 team put our logo on the front of the car the other week and got us quite a lot of profile and a lot of buzz. Just need to raise some funding on the back of it now, but great to be here again, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Nick livened up one of our first meetings a year or so ago by joining us from the Yorkshire Sculpture Park and gave us a little tour of the Henry Moore sculptures during our call. It was brilliant. Thank you so much. We have, for those who don't need to rush off in an hour, we do have an after party, and that's where we do a bit of open networking. And I'd like to give everybody a chance to say hello and tell us what you're up to, what gets you up in the morning, who you'd like to meet, what your champagne referral looks like, just in case anyone can help. But in the meantime, we're going to do our breakout rooms. And so you'll be paired up at random. There's a slim chance you might meet the same person twice, but you can carry on the conversation. You'll get a little notification with 60 seconds to go, and that's the opportunity to bring your conversation elegantly to an end, which I always fail to do. So we'll get that going now. We'll be in pairs to start with, and then at around past or thereabouts, we've got the pleasure of Jason's expertise, negotiation tips for the conflict averse. I'm so looking forward to this. This is going to be great. Excellent. Hi, Vicky. Waving at Vicky. There's Vicky. There she is, waving back. Vicky's a client of mine. We're working together at the moment. So thank you very much for joining us, Vicky. Right, breakout rooms. Here we go. Assign automatically. Right. I'm on my own, so bear with me. Sorry, everyone. There we go. If you find yourself on your own for any reason, please stay put, and I'll keep an eye on it, and I'll send you to another room. So buckle up, have fun, and see you back here in 5 minutes. You two have met before. I feel sure. Yes, you've been muted on arrival back here. So.
Are you okay, Mark?
I'm fine, thank you. Yes.
Good.
It's a bit odd. My sleeping patterns are very strange at the moment. I tend to work 10 p.m. till 2 a.m.
You're partying too much.
Partying, yes. Actually, yes. We got locked out of our house a couple of weeks ago, and my wife threatened to climb onto the roof to try and break into the skylight.
Gosh.
I had to stop her doing that. That was dreadful. Excuse me. Welcome back, everybody. If you met somebody and you've decided to have a longer follow-on conversation, do please let me know, because that's where the success stories come from, and that when we've had some wonderful success stories, so which is great. Let's go again. We're going to open up the breakout rooms again. Recreate. There we go. Buckle up, and I'll see you back here in 5. Welcome back, welcome back. The others will be joining us in a mo. There we go. Excellent. Welcome back, welcome back. Wonderful, wonderful. Just a brief word. Thank you for those our full members who are here. Just to explain, our LinkedIn groups are free. These events are always free, but to try and keep the wolf from the door and cover our costs for running an increasingly busy network, we have a full membership program. Thank you if you're on that. It's just £10 a month, and it comes with additional opportunities for connection and exposure. I record an interview that goes on our YouTube channel that gets embedded in the blog post that gets promoted to those 60,000 LinkedIn users. So do please consider that. It's by no means compulsory. Everybody is always welcome at these meetings. So thank you. I think we've got time for one more, and then we'll hear from Jason. So buckle up. Now let me check. No, that looks suitably randomized. We might have a 3 in here because we've got an extra person. Right, here we go. See you back here in 5 again. Hey, Rob. We're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope that's been useful. Hope you had a few decent conversations. And apologies if you met the same person twice, but it's always nice to be able to follow on the conversation. We may do a couple more of these in the after party if we get a chance. But now it's my great pleasure to introduce Jason. Jason and I haven't tried a screen share yet, so this could be fun. Do you want to let me make you a co-host, Jason?
Thank you, please. I'd really appreciate that. It's a pleasure to host. Tell me, I'm going to see if I can screen share.
I've just made you a co-host, so you should. Please don't accidentally close the meeting, will you?
Now I've got power. See, we're talking about negotiation. All right, I'm going to share a portion of my screen and let me know if you're seeing a slide.
I can see that. There's thumbs up all round. So 10 minutes only, if you don't mind, Jason. I might ring a bell at you if you go over.
Okay. Well, if I go 10 minutes and 30 seconds, kill me. All right, I'm just joking. All right, cool. So I will just start, Mark. Is that cool? I'm ready to go.
Please do. Yeah. Save us.
Okay.
Yeah. I could do an intro, but you'll introduce yourself much better than I would. Mind you, we've done a brand discovery workshop recently, so I know more.
That's right. We sure did. And it was amazing. And I'm going to pitch for everyone to take it. All right. So yes, thank you everybody for being here. I have 10 minutes to do 5 tactics on negotiating for the conflict averse. And I've affectionately subtitled this, How to Be a Shark While Remaining True to Yourself So You Don't Get Eaten Alive in the Bloody Waters of Business. All right, so why do we in the Arts and Culture Network need, and let me move this out of the way so you guys aren't seeing that. Okay, there we go. Why do we need to be more shark-eared? And I think Mark actually put this in one of the emails, in that we are generous, we are nice, we're giving, we're so friendly. This whole idea of it's not personal, it's business does not work for us because it's always personal. So that's why I thought this would be a fun and important presentation for this crowd. All right, who am I? I have like 10 seconds to tell you. I have created negotiation training for dozens of companies. I have delivered it all over the world for Fortune 100 companies, including NASA. So that should be enough for you to trust me. I know what the heck I'm talking about. All right. So here's the situation that I want you to think about as we step through these 5 tactics in 10 minutes. So you have always gotten some money for your work, right? You're no slouch, but you are in a position now where there's someone who's ready to give you money for your stuff, for your thing. And I'm going to call him Don, which is short for Megalodon. All right. And Don is not a charity case. This is a somebody with deep pockets who wants your thing. It's not a friends and family rate like Mark does for his brand workshop that I think everybody should take. It's not friends and family. This is business. All right. He's got money and he wants your thing. I want you to think for a minute. How much are you going to ask for? Now, don't talk, just think. What is your asking price? This could be the biggest agreement that you make this year, maybe in your whole career. What is your asking price? Okay. Now, did you choose an asking price that matches the value that you provide? Did you choose an asking price that matches the value that you provide? And if the answer is yes, you chose the wrong price. You need to be asking for a shark asking price, which is higher than that number. Because if you start at the price that you think you deserve, guess what's going to happen? You're never going to get it. So your shark asking price needs to be a little bit more. Now, what's the right amount? I don't know. What's an amount that's comfortable for you to ask for, right? It doesn't violate who you are. It's probably in the neighborhood of 10%. That's what I would guess, right? That's a better asking price. And that is tactic number 1, and that is aspire. You should aspire to higher prices. So aim high by setting your shark asking price. All right. What happens when you tell Megalodon your asking price? Is he going to say, I'll take it? Hopefully not, because if he does say, I'll take it, then you didn't ask for enough. So chances are he's going to say, that's too high. What's your best price? Now, right now is when you, if you're like me, are going to have the inclination to do two things that you should not do in negotiation. Be honest and be generous. Now, I am not saying that you should go out there and lie in negotiation, but what I am saying is that when my son, Simon, who is 3, screams at me and says, I hate you and I'm never speaking to you again unless you let me watch the next episode of Bluey, is he lying? No, he's negotiating. Okay. So your inclination, a lot of us, our inclination when someone asks, what's the best price you can give me, is actually to be honest and share with them our best price. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, the second thing you shouldn't do is be generous. So you're allowed to lower your price, right? But how much should you lower it? If they come back and say you need to do better, how much should you lower it? What do you think? Think about it. Lucky for you, you got your buffer zone that we just established with your Aspire Shark asking price. So this is the new rule that I've established for all attendees of this webinar, and that is you're not allowed to lower your price beyond your buffer zone on your first concession. All right, and that is tactic number 2, which is be stingy. Stinginess is a virtue in negotiation. So be generous in other areas of your life, but when you're negotiating, be stingy. All right. Now, I want you to be stingy with your prices, but I also want you to be stingy with something else. Now, if you're like me and Mark and Sarah, my new friend who I met through this exact experience, we are fast friends, aren't we? And this is what we're doing in our speed networking event. We're becoming fast friends and we're sharing all this great information. Oh, I love you, BFF. You know, hopefully you're not having too much public display of affection when you're negotiating, but we are quick to be personal and friendly with people. And TMI is a violation in negotiation. Remember this, because think about the phrases that you could say that you shouldn't say when you're negotiating with somebody like Don. Don, this is the most I've ever asked for. I haven't sold anything in a long time. I'm so glad you called me. But just so you know, that is just my starting price. So the tactic is hush. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in a negotiation. All right. So be very tactful with the things that you say when you're negotiating. You might even want to think through and provide us a little list of things you're not going to say when you're negotiating, especially if it's an important negotiation. All right. So let's imagine that you did these things, right? You got your shark asking price, you came down a little bit on your price, and then Don is going to make an offer. Now, Don makes the kind of offer that a lot of business people who it's not personal, it's business, are going to make, and we'll call that a lowball offer. Right? He's going to offer you an amount that's not good enough for you, shouldn't be good enough for you. Mark, you can admit this person, right? Or do I need to? You got it. Okay, good. So Don's rule to live by is always find out how low they'll go, right? Everybody, he wants to know how low can I get him to go. So I'm going to give you a new rule to live by for yourself, which is always react to their opening position. So he offers you that low ball number, and I want you to react by saying something like, yeah, right. Or seriously, come on, that's impossible. I could never. All right, now I know what you're thinking. Jason, I'm an actor, but I'm not a liar. You don't want to do it. It feels uncomfortable for you. All right, reacting. I get it. Hold on, stick with me. There are many reasons why it is extremely important that you react when people give you their positions, okay? I don't have time to go into all of them because I've only got like 3 minutes left, all right? But trust me, you must react, okay? A reaction encourages the other party to make a better offer, to do what you just did, which was lower your price. It encourages them to do what you need them to do, which is to bring the price up. And a big reaction will often elicit a bigger movement on their end. All right, so you got to react. If you've been paying attention, I have already covered 4 tactics. And if you look closely, the stingy. I didn't do them in this order, but stingy. I want you to hush. I want you to aspire to higher prices. I want you to react. And there's only one left, and it starts with the letter K. And Mark, I did this for you. K is very affectionately stands for kill 'em. With kindness. Okay, kill them with kindness. And this is how you're going to be able to use all of these tactics from now on when you're negotiating opposite Don, the Megalodon. All right, it's very simple. But you insert some kindness as you utilize the tactics. Oh, Don, I'm so excited to work together. Here's my extremely high to me proposal. Come on, Don, we're friends. You know that's way too low. Killing them with kindness. Oh, I love the idea of collaborating with you, Don. So I'll tell you what, I will lower my price because I get it. You don't want to pay it. Here's my better price. I hope that helps you out. Kill them with kindness. All right, so that's the last tactic. So strategically kill them with kindness. Now, the question that I have for you, Mark, my first question is, I think I did this within 10 minutes, are very, very close. But the statement that I want to make to everybody is that in just like 9 minutes, I just zipped through 5 things that you can do. But I want you to think about this. If you do 1 or 2 of them from now on, do you think you might do just a tiny bit better on your next negotiation? And if you can do just a tiny bit better on your next negotiation, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. I mean, I hope it was worth your 10 minutes to sit here and listen to this. And that's it, Mark. That's my whole thing. And I thought I would do the same thing that you do. And if people want to learn more from me, they can go to my website and I'll give them the friends and family Mark Walmsley discount. So there's no negotiating. It's just like the friends and family rate, just like Mark's brand workshops that I have loved so much.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Jason. There's a virtual round of applause.
Did I get it in 10?
Yeah, you did a great job.
Amazing. All right, great. So, thank you for letting me do that. That was a ton of fun.
No, thank you for doing that. This is recorded, so this will be made available to everybody afterwards. Thank you so much, Jason. And I think you're lingering for the after party, are you? So if anyone has any questions for Jason on that, then I'm sure he'll share some anecdotes, but thank you very much.
Happy to. My pleasure.
Excellent. Right, let's go straight back into another round of breakout rooms. How do I there we go, remove spotlight. There we go. Perfect. Let's go around again. I'm going to recreate the rooms. So I try and make it 2s. There we go. Recreate. My apologies if you meet the same person. But if you do find you're alone for some reason, then do hold on, because then I can reassign you. And just a reminder, we on the hour we linger for a bit of open networking and a chat and a catch up and hearing everybody's news. So so do stay with us if you can. If you have a hard stop on the hour, thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see you again next time. Next time, we're going to have a bit of a break in August, but we're doing one for Australia on the 10th of August, but it's 4 a.m. in the UK. So you probably won't want to join that one, but we are face to face again in London on the 29th. And we're at 1 o'clock UK time again on the 7th. Oh no, we are doing the 7th of August. No, 7th of September. There we go. Details are all in the events section on the website. Right. Open all rooms. There we go. See you back here in 5. Where is he? Can't see.
I'm just going to send that to
there he is, waving.
Yes.
Tom's going to stick around for the after party, which is great. And who else has just joined? Somebody else just arrived. Cecilia. Welcome.
Cecilia, yeah, sorry that I'm late.
That's okay. It's great to see you. And if you can linger after the hour, we have a little bit of an after party, as you know.
Okay, I will.
Great. So let's do one more. If you have to slide off on the hour, thank you very much for coming. Oh, Dan's here as well. There we go. I'll let him in and then he can be included in that. I think what we might do, actually, no, that's probably not a great idea. I'm going to recreate the rooms. Dan's join. Where's Dan? There he is. Here comes Dan. Recreate. So we're going to do pairs again. Actually, one of you, oh, there we go. 2. Recreate. Okay, we'll do one more round and then we'll be back here on the hour for the after party and to say goodbye to any colleagues you have to go. So Dan, good to see you. You're ready. You're here for the last breakout. So see you back here in about 5. Yeah, I you know, I strip off, put my feet up, finish the rum and coke.
That's great.
I'm going to move. I've just got to move Keonis to room 3 because he's on his own. There we go. Good, excellent.
All right, so
you
yeah,
guys
we had a good talk. Andrew and I, yeah, we talked through his challenges of them pleading, but it's the arts, please.
Help us.
What the clients do they?
Yeah, often.
Hi Patrick, I'm going to move you to meet Riddy and Tom Brown in room 4. Oh, you're in room 2. I'm going to send you to room 4. There we go.
I think Patrick was the guy in Atlanta, right? Is that right?
Yeah, he's in Lithonia in Georgia.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So Mark, I really want my brand board. I think
have I not sent it to you yet?
No, I think I don't have it yet. I really want it.
Okay, let me make a note.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not, you don't have to like immediately send it, but like I know that you have to deal with like compiling the Zoom recording, all that stuff. But
yeah,
if you don't mind sending the brand board independently,
yeah,
that would be awesome, because I kind of find myself crafting emails and I'm like, oh fuck, I really want to
okay. I should explain, Andrew. I do a brand discovery workshop, which is so it's what makes you special. So it's full of acronyms. What makes you different? What makes you better? What makes you remarkable? So that you are noticed, remembered, and talked about. And sometimes when it works beautifully, as it did with Jason, you get that down to one word. Yeah. Can you remember your word, Jason?
Yes, the word we ended with Oscar.
Oscar, because Jason brings all the wonderful things that you associate with Hollywood into the world of B2B communication, negotiations. So,
best selling stories. That's
best-selling stories. That's the strap line. Yeah, we love that. That's great. So how are we doing for time? Ooh, we might lose a few people, but we'll have the after party anyway. Yeah, it's I did a little bit of number crunching today, and we're likely to be well over 110,000 members by the end of the year.
Wow.
If it keeps growing at the same rate, but the rate tends to accelerate. Because when you join one of the groups, it appears on your profile, and anyone who visits your profile sees you're a member of and that's how it's been working. It's great. It's the freest top of the funnel I've ever had in my life. Because it just, I also found out recently I was apparently one of the first 100,000 users of LinkedIn.
Really?
Which is so, but more by luck than judgment. That it's like starting a pension early, really. It works out a lot better, a lot quicker. And the compounding seems to work. So that's great. So you can, and that's what's fueled it, I think, from the start. But yeah, and as my next door neighbor said the other day, he said 100,000 members. I said, yeah, and he said, well, if you got all of them to pay £1 a month, you'd be fine, wouldn't you?
That's right.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm agonizing over that at the moment, because we've got volume, obviously, but I can't. There are ways in which I can reach all of our LinkedIn group members through recommended posts and messaging, because you can message a fellow member of a fellow group member. But it would be nice if I could get increasing numbers of people onto the website and engaging there. So that's the plan. So I need to close the rooms. There we go.
Hey, Alan, where are you?
I'm in the Seattle area in Kirkland.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alan and I had Alan and I did a recording, didn't we, the other day with the.
We did, in fact, do that. It's one of the great pleasures of my week so far.
Oh, that's kind of you. Thank you. I've got a horrible backlog though. So I'm going to write to everybody who's already done a recording and ask if you could provide a short bio and 3 pictures so that I don't get it wrong. Yeah, and that'll speed things up a bit, which is great. Welcome back, everybody. Does anyone have to leave? If you do, thank you so much for joining us, but we are going into the after party. And I don't know if anyone spotted what I shared on LinkedIn recently, the song festival from Riga in Latvia. My brother was there because his partner is a Latvian pianist, and he proposed during the show.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you a picture here when everybody's back. I think we're all back. Excellent.
Mark, congratulations for your brother. That was such a sweet moment.
Wasn't it? Yeah, the video's on the LinkedIn group. But I'll just share this image.
We're all
just
presuming
briefly.
she said yes.
She did say yes.
Oh, okay,
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, all good. So this was on the 10th of July. They do it every 5 years. There are 18,000 in the orchestra and choir there. 45,000 in the audience, something like 25 different conductors, and it starts in the late afternoon and goes right through into the evening. I shall put this link in the chat because it's the most incredible thing to watch. Let me stop the share and then I can get to the chat more easily.
Did you know that it was a talking point on Jeremy Vine on Radio 2 today?
Was it?
Yeah, so they were saying, is it manipulative, proposing to someone in front of a big crowd, or is it romantic? And that was the discussion. Yeah.
I think if it's the right 2 people, it doesn't really matter. But it's an interesting point, actually. Yeah. Whether it's, but yeah, they're making. They're very fortunate. My brother's a cellist. He was in the London Philharmonic Orchestra, and Lauma, his partner, and the mother of his 3-year-old. He had his first child at 54. My brother, which is crazy. They keep being invited to do these luxury cruises, and they were booked to do Sydney to Hobart, 18-day cruise. They only had to do 3 concerts, and they got paid extremely well, and they were able to take their daughter with them. It was fantastic, and I think one of the concerts had to be cancelled because it was a bit rough. So yeah, they're living the life. She's a chamber. She's I don't know if anyone knows the violinist Anne-Sophie Mutter, but my brother's partner Lauma is her preferred pianist, accompanist. So when I explain that to people, they say, I'm not sure what that means. And I said, well, imagine it's Tiger Woods' caddy, basically. So
I would like to know how they got 25 conductors to all agree on what to do.
Well, you must watch it, Barry, because I put the link in the chat. If you want to click on that quickly, it'll open up so that you can watch it. It's quite incredible. But I thought it was going to be really quite obscure Latvian folk music, but actually some of it was really, really surprisingly accessible, if that's not to insult anybody. But that was great. So if you have to slide off, then thank you so much for joining us again. Please have a look at the future events. But this is where much of the magic happens, because we all get to come off mute, and anybody who'd like to introduce themselves may do so. Tell us what's new, what are you working on, any challenges that we might be able to collectively solve, what's your champagne referral. I'm a furious networker, as you know, and a friend of mine, a percussionist actually, and he gave up percussion and started making luxury tree houses, and he stood up at an event and said, I'd like an introduction to Richard Branson, and everybody laughed until one of the other guests stood up and said, my cousin is his PA, and 6 months later he was making tree houses on Necker Island. So yeah, so don't be shy. Tom, you had a hand up. Would you like to say hello? You're muted. Oh.
No, I didn't put my hand up for that. I just sort of was acting out what was what your story was. Said, I want Branson, and somebody said, oh, but.
Apparently his mobile number ends 747, which I thought was quite appropriate as well. But it didn't stop there, because the phone rang for Paul. He lives in Dorking in Surrey, and the voice said, hello, this is Elton John. Is Paul available, please? And he thought, which nutter friend of mine is this? Turns out Elton had been to Necker Island, saw his tree houses and wanted them for himself. And then another few months later, the phone rang, and it was Gary Barlow, who had been to Elton John's house and saw the tree houses and wanted one for his kids as well. So it just went on, just for having the bravery of standing up and saying, I'd like to meet Richard Branson, please. So anyway, right, that's enough from me. Has anyone got would anyone like to introduce themselves who hasn't done yet, or has anyone got news?
Mark, from your story just now, does anyone here know Stevie Wonder or Andrea Bocelli?
Oh, Stevie Wonder, Andrea Bocelli. That's worth it. Yeah, that's worth it. Somebody must do. Kelnis, I think. Oh, you're on mute, I'm afraid, Kelnis. Oh, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
You did.
We can't hear you, Kelnis.
There we go.
Stevie Wonder.
Do you know Stevie Wonder?
Not personally.
So how do you know Stevie Wonder?
This is music.
I like the combination, Farah.
But apparently, you know that story about us, they're at the 6 degrees of separation. Apparently that's 5 now. You're no more than 5 people away from anyone, because of things like this.
Mark, Mark, who comes on this network who runs the Maestro online, and he uses session musicians who worked with Tina Turner, etc.
Robin, is
Robin. Yeah, Robin may well have connections.
He's definitely going to know someone in his network, in his stable of session musicians who's worked with someone who's worked with Stevie.
Rob, thanks.
Sure.
I did ask Robin today, and he said he didn't know. But if I find someone, to let him know. So
yeah.
I'm 2 degrees separation from Tom Cruise.
Are you what, sorry?
Yeah.
He's not as good on the piano, though.
My husband is connected to an actor that was in the latest Top Gun movie, and he had a lot of scenes with Tom Cruise, and then he's also in the upcoming Mission Impossible movie. My husband is actually connected to a lot of very famous people in Hollywood.
There we go.
Well, Sari, we'll be in touch for sure. Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes, Sari's on LinkedIn. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else got a?
In fact, my husband got this guy started as an actor in Chicago, and he went to New York for a while, and then he went to Los Angeles, and now he was in Mission Impossible. He's the very tall African American actor who is in the movie, and he has great parts, and he's in Mission Impossible. And my husband is good friends with him and stays in contact. And he is directly connected to Tom Cruise. They met in their first scene together.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Sari.
That's fantastic. I just wanted to say hello to Victoria, and thank you, Victoria, for arranging our one-to-one. I noticed that when we were in the when you were in the breakout room. So
you mean
if
me?
you'd like, yes, I do mean you,
great.
Victoria. Thank you. I look forward to meeting you for a one-to-one. If anyone hasn't done a one-to-one with me, then by all means, check out the homepage on our website for the link, because it's just a chance to have a little bit more of a chat, and I can learn more about the champagne referral. So excellent. Does anyone else? Victoria, would you like to introduce yourself? I've had a quick look at your website. You see, I keep myself busy when you guys are all nattering away. I go and check out the websites of the people that are here, so I know I've seen there's some of the images on there with you playing rather beautiful looking, rather old violins.
Well, thank you. Yeah, my violins are a lot more beautiful than I am.
Not a bit.
Well, just having heard that your brother is a cellist and his partner is Anna Sophie Mutter's preferred pianist, and they played a Sydney to Hobart cruise. If they want to do piano trios, I'm up for it, day or night, year round.
Yeah.
One of my a pianist I played with actually when I was a child, when I was first starting to give recitals. We lost touch for years and then just reconnected recently and catching up on our careers. And she just did a deep dive into the sort of world cruise industry and has been everywhere on the planet and had a really amazing life, all being paid for the pleasure of traveling the world. So so when you said that, I thought, oh, now there's a whole other reason to be in touch with you. Yeah, I call myself a cultural evangelist. I have my dad was a composer. My mother was the daughter of a never recognized abstract expressionist painter in Los Angeles with 7 children during the Depression. So in other words, someone who couldn't make a living. So my mother always carried a torch for contemporary artists. And so I grew up with this idealistic idea that we all need art and music and poetry and literature. And so I'm educated in all of those fields and I work professionally in all of those fields, not as an artist, but as as what I call an evangelist, just a performer, a teacher, a lecturer, a critic, a curator, just to get it out there. I feel like that's what we need more than ever in this current sort of desperate world that we live in. So yeah, so that's why I joined this network. And I'm not a social media person. And so I need people like all of you who are the big marketing promoter people that know how the world works. I like to stay in my ivory tower until I walk out on stage and then I transform into somebody else. But it's so great that you started this network, Mark, because I jumped in immediately because I thought, oh, good, somebody else cares, because when I started working as a critic years ago for the Huffington Post, I was doing art and music and theater criticism, and they said they put it under entertainment, and I said, well, that's not entertainment. It's like, I'd rather you put it under nutrition. We need the arts. Anyway, I'm talking too much, but thank you for letting me introduce myself. And I think this is a great platform. It's really fun today. I look forward to coming back and look forward to meeting everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, see you soon, Victoria. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Does anyone?
I can introduce myself if you want.
Yes, please, Cecilia. Thank you for coming.
So I'm Cecilia Nastos. I'm an Italian-American painter. I work with oil mainly, and I also work with acrylic. I create landscapes from Italy and California. I live in Southern California. And this year I started a new program where it's art and wine in France, in Italy, or in Spain. So, and this is geared for the couple. So I offer, it's a very private tour, only 2 couples. And I'm looking for the type of customer who is concerned about physical security because, like someone that has so much wealth that you could be at risk of, being bothered when you are traveling abroad. So my partner on this is a former Navy SEAL. So he does the physical security, I do the cyber, and the art is Renaissance in Italy or modern in Spain and or France. So that's kind of, that's what I'm working on, marketing that very hard. So if anybody in the network, Sari, for example, that she says she knows so many people in Hollywood, those would be the perfect candidates because I'm looking for someone that doesn't want to worry about anything other than jumping on the plane and then let us do all the rest, like make you have fun. So anyway.
Somebody who's into their art and their wine, that sounds fantastic. Brilliant. I love it. We'll have to offer that to Richard Branson as well, I think.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Would anyone else like to say hello? coming to you in a moment, Farah, but can I see if, ask if, Matt, would you like to say hello? Please don't feel obliged.
Oh, yeah, it's great to be here in the evening. I didn't know you did an evening one, Mark. It's the first one I've seen. I was quite surprised it rocked up on my feed this afternoon, because it's normally lunchtime, isn't it, here? So, yeah, it's nice to be back on your
lunchtime.
Yeah, it's nice to be back on your Zoom. So for anybody that doesn't know me, I create content for the arts heritage sector, a lot of grant funding, a lot of individual artists. There's a massive chase for grant funding, a lot of archive material at the moment. So yeah, kind of a lot of short form content, highlighting what people are doing, what they're trying to do. Just promoting the arts generally with digital video content, which is becoming a shorter and shorter form with the platforms like Instagram and TikTok and all these strange things that 3-4 years ago artists never would have thought of going on. But now, just put a trending piece of music underneath, a paintbrush and a few colors and a palette, and there you go. You've got a trending audio and a video. So it's great. So that's what I'm doing. Anyone wants to have a chat about creating content and stuff, always happy to. Just based outside London in East Parts, but work globally. Thanks for having us on, Mark. Appreciate it.
No, thank you very much.
Mark was really helpful to me. Mark was really helpful.
Okay, so there we go. You
Matt
guys need to, you guys need to make a note of each other's names and then connect on LinkedIn. I was going to say to Mackenzie, bless you, because you had a sneezing. Oh, she's gone. She's sneezed off. There we go. Dan, do you want to say hi just quickly? I'm sorry we didn't get to meet in London recently.
Yes, it was the big highlight of my trip, and I arrived 5 minutes late, so my bad. But there's a good chance that I might make this a regular trip, so hopefully we'll get another chance.
Yeah,
but
we're face to face in London on the 29th, Friday the 29th of September.
Of September, perfect, yeah. I'll aim for it, for sure. But I'm in Belgium, so it's really like a 2-hour train ride. It's quite amazing how easy it is to come, except for security, because it's as if you take in the plane. I never seen that when I took a train. But so I'm developing my films, and I'm trying to find partners in the UK to co-produce thrillers and dramedies that are basically in English. And I'm wondering if I should, why not just move to London, because it's so nearby and language is a given. You know, I don't have to say, but my scripts are in English. You do understand that, right?
Yeah.
So it's a pleasure to be here. I really like these rooms. It's a very neat, unexpected meetings.
Thank you very much, Dan, and I hope we'll get to meet face to face next time in London. Farah, did you have a hand up?
Yes, I did. So yeah, lovely to see you guys. I'm glad you did the after party. So Mark, when are you serving drinks and food? No.
Yeah, we're right in the cafe in the Royal Society of Arts, so there's plenty available. But we could have a baseball game and a picnic in Hyde Park, I guess. But
fingers crossed. I'm hoping to be there on the 29th. But you know, so I just wanted to share some news that I've been asked to deliver my very tailored workshops specifically in certain areas for a luxury wellness retreat in Highlands in Scotland. And it's going to be once a month for about a year. So, wow. Because I'm a huge fan of nature and all the powers of nature, etc. But it's really focused on the wellness aspect of everything. So yeah, so that's starting, and then there's another big collaboration that I can't really talk about, but I'm very excited about. So I'm kind of on a high at the moment. But yeah,
good for you. That's great to hear. Well, keep us posted, won't you, with posts on the group. But has anyone else got any exciting news or challenges that they'd like to share?
Is anybody else? Oh, sorry, Mark.
Go on. No, go on.
Did anybody else see the Seth Godin purple thing that he launched?
No, I know that. I know purple. Is it Purple Cow? Anything to do with Purple Cow?
I think that's probably why he named it purple. But like, he kind of like threw it out there that he started like a kind of like an alternative to LinkedIn, where you aren't allowed to pitch. You know, it's for this kind of networking.
Excellent.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's
I'll make a note. I used to organise his London meetups many years ago. So,
Oh, cool. Yeah,
and you can come over.
I saw the thing he posted on LinkedIn, and it was like, you know, there's only a few hundred people, and he wanted some 100 more. So I joined it, or you don't just join, you have to fill out this whole application thing. But it's interesting because it feels like this, you know, where it's like not too hard. You know, there's not an agenda. So it might be worth looking into. It's
I shall have a look. In fact, the John Wallace, who's a full member, he's doing the talk on the 7th of September, and he's a composer, a choir master, and a musician. He's also a sales guru, and so he's coming along to do his piece, which is "Don't Sell, Let Them Buy," and which is right on the money there. My motto on LinkedIn is give until they give back, and that seems to be working for me, which is great. I'm conscious of time, so and it's either meeting time, brunch time, or beer o'clock, depending on where you are. So thank you all. Jason, thanks again for that talk. That was great. That was pleasure. Wonderful. We're recording that, so I'll get editing that as quickly as I can. Nadia is a lot taller than she looks on Zoom. I can tell you that for sure because we met.
I was high heels.
And what else? Yes, you probably won't want to get up for 4 a.m. UK time for the Australian one, but we've got quite a few people booked on that, which is good. I'll record it and we'll see how much culture there is in Australia. That would be great.
Is the Australian one also? Oh, sorry to interrupt. Is the Australian one also on your showing up on the network right now? To sign
it's
up?
in the event section of our website.
Okay, because I think in California it should work time-wise for me.
Oh, that might be good. Yeah, and Seattle as well for Alan.
If it's 4 a.m., it's only 8 p.m. for us on the West Coast.
Oh, fantastic! Oh, well, we'll have a bi-national event. It's interesting this time. These events are great because it means you guys can come from the West Coast. East Coast, it's lunchtime and early evening in the UK and Europe. But I did a poll, but people in the UK still prefer the lunchtime ones. So we're probably going to try and keep both going, really, which would be really nice.
Can I just say, Australia is very culturally rich. I've done a lot of work in Australia. I've had a solo show there. I've done a lot of work with Vision Australia and a number of other blind organizations. And Accessible Arts is one of the best arts organizations for people with additional needs that I've seen anywhere on the planet. So
right.
Now you're making me want to get up at 4 a.m. So it's like, oh
God. I don't, because I'm a bit of a night owl, during the week, I tend to work 10 p.m. till 2 a.m. after I've made dinner. The phone doesn't ring, the emails stop coming in, I'm not given jobs around the house. The dogs are asleep, you know, it just, I can get more done in those 4 hours than I can in the rest of the day. So I don't know whether to stay up or get up earlier. So I think I'll probably just work my way through. So that'd be lovely if you were to join that one, Victoria. A bit of moral support while we head down under.
Absolutely, yeah. I lived
Excellent.
in Australia for 6 years, and Furrow's right. It's incredibly culturally rich and much more enlightened than the United States. I'm sorry to say, or I'm glad to say. Depends on your.
Whereabouts in Australia were you?
Tasmania, Hobart.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We're in the UK.
Yeah, there was a real beef from Sydney and Australia in terms of the competition of the cultural activity. And I've delivered my workshops at the moment in Sydney as well. So it's just been an incredible. Australia means a lot to me for the arts and culture.
Yeah,
I love it. Somebody told me the story once of a pilot who was heading into Melbourne with all his passengers, and he said, well, you guys might like to adjust your watches so for Melbourne, you might want to put them back 30 years. Which is cruel, but anyway, yeah, we'll see. I mean, there are different time zones in Australia, of course, so that's a challenge. I was chatting to one of our members the other day, and we both invented a new thing called clock praxia. It's the inability to work out what time it is in another country, and I suffer from that enormously. I can't get so if you're ahead, does that mean you're behind? You know, I'm dreadful. Can't do that. I'm amazed we all came at the same time today, quite frankly. Right, I must let you go to the rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you all so much for coming. I'll share the recording. Lovely to see you all. And do keep an eye out for future events. And please, if you haven't done so, please introduce yourself on our 4 LinkedIn groups. If you search LinkedIn for arts and culture, you'll find us. And if you tag me in it, I'll repost it to my network as well. Perfect. Jason, thanks again.
My pleasure. Happy negotiating, everybody.
Bye. Nice meeting everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.